Hello, here we are back again. Today I would like to try and make a barrow. Now this is styrofoam. I bought a preamp the other day and it came with two of these. So as you can see, this would make the perfect base for a for a barrow, because it's got an entrance already cut out. What I've tried to do is I've tried to glue, and I've managed to glue slate to the front of it so that it looks like the front is made of stone. Unfortunately, except for this one slate piece, the others were too heavy, so they actually fell off. But that's fine, and we'll see what we do about this later. So first of all, barrows are not really shaped like this. Those of you who have seen barrows know that they are more rounded and also wider. They're not like, you know, this type of shape. So what we're going to do is we're going to again use newspaper, crumple it up to pad this out. And what I'm also going to do now, this time, what I didn't do last time, I did it differently last time, was I'm going to take these plaster bandages and make smaller strips but longer ones, because I want to put them into here and then lay them around so that basically all of this is covered. So as you can see, it's not a very wide plaster bandage anyway, so I'm going to cut them into pieces like so, and then lengthwise. And then a friend of mine told me a trick, and that you can actually then, once they're applied, you can't wait too long, I suppose, but once they're applied, what you can do is you can dip your fingers in water and then smooth them out with wet fingers to get an even smoother finish. So that's what I'm going to do this time. So here we go. Just cutting these into smaller strips. Like so. Just to give this more of a little rounded feeling. And let's see how this then looks. When we put the plaster over, I'm pretty sure that it will look okay, and it may even look good. And of course for this I will have to get flocking material that I can just basically put on, because I don't have any of the material I used last week left. And the other materials I've used for the trees are really too, this material is really too hard, because it won't sculpt. You basically use it to put down on flat surfaces. So that's not going to work. But hopefully this week I'll be able to go into town and get some flocking material, because I will be needing lots. I have static grass, which I'm using for the basis. I'm not so happy with it, actually. It could be that I'm just applying it wrong, but it's yeah, it's very static. Okay, so one more. Now my idea was to put something around here as well. Let's see if this actually works. No idea. Yeah, probably. So here we go. And last one. And we're done. So now, again, very dry hands. These out of the way. So, and let's see. So I'm not sure if I'm doing this right with the smoothing now, but it could be that I am. So next strip. And again, if you find this terribly boring, you can just I will put in timestamps this time round to basically so that you can jump from part to part, because I assume that a lot of people will find this quite boring and will only want to know what the final result looks like. And the reason why I'm making this is, number one, I've never done this before, and I want to encourage people like me who may be completely new to the hobby, or maybe thinking about getting into the hobby and kind of going, oh, but you know, I can't make terrain, and I see all of those great battle reports and people tell me, oh yeah, I made this hill and isn't it great, and you kind of go, yeah, I can't do this, I don't know how to do this. There are really, really good, very, very good tutorials by Terrain Tutor from Britain. But of course he does this, I don't know if he actually does it for a living, it could be that he actually sells his models, I don't know. But he's been doing it for years, and he's an expert. So, you know, when you look at him, you kind of go, oh, I will never be able to do this. Well, that's actually not true, because I have no skill whatsoever. I'm not a creative person at all. I'm, you know, those people who've seen my handwriting always compare it to a spider that fell into an inkwell, had an epileptic fit, and then walked across the page. That's as artistic as I get. And I believe that if you really want to, you can do it. And sometimes it's quite nice to see somebody who doesn't know what they're doing give it a try, and then go, oh well, you know, I think I can do this too. I mean, she's doing it, and it's okay. It's not perfect, obviously, but it's okay. It can be done. Okay, slight disagreement between me and my plaster bandage, but and from last week's experience, I know that when they say it takes 24 hours to become hard and dry, it actually does take 24 hours. And even then, last week, first of all, it was, last weekend was sunny, and today is very, very humid. So I think it'll probably even take longer. So I will put this into the hot press straight away when I'm done and the first setting has set in, so that it actually does get dry. I also got started quite late today because I overslept. I usually don't get up. I usually get up between, I don't know, 8 and 9, but today I slept until 10 past 10. I guess I needed it. So I'm a little bit late getting going with this. But I think I'll be able to show you something tomorrow. I'm not sure if, it depends on the weather tomorrow, if I can actually take this outside and spray paint it. If not, this will have to wait for another day. So I may not be able to finish this weekend. I suppose people who live in climates that are like Galway will be able to relate to this. A lot of the stuff that you want to do is really dependent on, even in hobbying, is really dependent on the weather, especially if you have to take stuff outside to prime it. Yeah, this is looking to be quite a nice shapely barrow. So to lay one across there, I'm going to cut it into two before I do it. So now this is going to be a barrow. It's actually going to be a thing that I don't want people to be able to walk onto. So the fact that there is no, this is very, very high. It's probably twice the height of a normal Lord of the Rings model is fine because it's supposed to be a barrow. It's supposed to be a terrain feature that you cannot just climb onto or cross onto. Maybe if you're a monster and tall enough, you can. But the normal human being should not be able to do it. So it's okay that it doesn't have a lip and there is no incline that people can walk up. Oh yeah, and for those of you who have been watching my my blog, I found out yesterday that they have actually finally managed to ship my giant spiders. So yes, it took them 4 months. But that's fine now. They're on their way from Britain. So, okay. Okay, now this doesn't look so bad. So this isn't looking so bad at all. I'm actually quite pleased. So this one, just for good measure, will go over the top. To give it a little bit of a smooth finish. And then this one will go over like so. And my next mission is to find thin slate. And that's it. That is the barrow. So now this will set. Like I said, it's going to take 24 hours to dry. Possibly even more because this is styrofoam. I don't know if that affects it at all. And I will give you an update as soon as I have one. Thanks. Okay guys, and here we are back with the now spray painted, grey spray painted, not finished of course, barrow. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint it all brown using acrylic paint, and I am going to, you know, cut the video because basically me applying brown earth shade paint to a to this structure isn't really that much fun. Just to tell you what I'm going to do with it. First of all, I'm going to finish the painting like so. And then I'm going to put smaller slate pieces at the front to have the entrance done, because as I said, I wanted this to be completely in stone. I'm also going to paint the inside black because it would be really strange if it weren't. And then I'm waiting for a huge amount of scatter from England, which I ordered at the New Modelers shop. They do co.uk, in case you're interested. They do railway modelling stuff, all kinds of stuff. And, you know, then everything that you need, like, you know, you can get your tools there as well. Anything that you would like, they have. That's where I got my first set of trees from and other things. So they're a really, really good company. And they sell these online. I don't know if they have a physical store. And it is actually quite convenient because, you know, I can get all kinds of stuff from them, and they have a really good website where you can actually see the products. So for somebody like me who doesn't know a lot about railway modelling or modelling in general, you know, if somebody says, oh, you know, you buy scatter, I'm like, okay, that could be anything and nothing. So I really would like to see what I'm buying. And that's why I really like their store, because they've got everything in pictures, and you can really see the different types of scatter, for example, because there are so many different types, you know, for the different types of you know, the different seasons, you know, darker green, lush green, you know, bright green for spring, and then it gets darker as the year goes on, or, you know, that kind of thing. And you can see all this, and I really like their store. And so this should be coming in probably next week, which means that I will be able to finish this project before I go on holiday. Now, there will be a hiatus to my channel because in October term starts again, and I will be back to studying in my spare time. So I will probably be updating the channel every so often, but I don't think I will be doing a lot of hobbying, simply because this is very time consuming. I mean, to sit down and paint miniatures, you know, you can spend hours on that, and I do not think I will have enough time for this. What I might be doing is, or hopefully will be doing, is I will be playing some LCGs. So I've been adding to my Lord of the Rings LCG collection a little bit. Some stuff came in today. I'm now completely caught up with all of these standalones, and I've got the latest Saga expansion, Flame of the West, as well, and the latest small expansion for the Stormcaller Deluxe expansion. So, but I haven't really unpacked them because I don't want to start using cards now that only, you know, I'm only still at Khazad Doom, that only come out much later, because they will be too powerful to actually use in the early stages of the game. Yeah, and so here we are, finished. That was quicker than I expected. So then the plan is to, so I'm going to let this dry now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, once this is dry, once I've got the scatter, I'm going to use PVA glue and start scattering grass on it, and then finish the front with the stones. And before I do this, of course, I will paint the inside black. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. Of course, when you watch this, it will be one longish video rather than smaller ones, but yeah, I just thought I'd talk to you and I'd get something done, because I downloaded the first chapter of my course, of my university course, because I will be away for the first week of studies and I'll be on holiday, and I don't want to do anything during my holidays, because last year I did. I worked through all of my holidays, and that actually did exhaust me a lot. So I want to do some studying tomorrow probably, which is why I wanted to finish this today, because this was my project that I was going to work on this weekend. Last weekend I was going to prepare 12 Grim Hammers for painting this weekend, but I got completely carried away and finished them, and also put them on bases, and I'm going to show them to you tomorrow probably, because all they need now is they need to be varnished, and then I'm done. And I will have 12 great dwarf miniatures for the Grimhammer warband. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. It was a really productive weekend last weekend, and since they are pretty identical, unlike the champions or the warriors of Erebor, which are quite different, you can actually paint them quite quickly. So I basically gave them a foundation. I primed them white, and then I gave them a black undercoat, because they wear armor, and when you have armor, as you all know probably, it's best if you actually have a black undercoat. But since I don't have black primer spray and I'm not going to get any, I had to paint them, but that was fine. Didn't take away the detail. And then I did a combination of dry brushing, highlighting, painting and layering and highlighting, and then I put them on special bases which I commissioned from Generation Shift, and they are really beautiful. And yeah, I will probably do a video on those, or maybe I'll add it to this video as well when I've varnished them, which will probably be happening tomorrow. Okay, then this is the barrow that my barrow whites will be using, which the barrow whites actually came in yesterday. I got 5 metal barrow whites and 1 Erestor figure, also metal, for £40, which is including shipping, which is really, really good. So here we go. Now I know it looks like a loaf of bread, but that's fine. This is just, you know, this is the barrow, and I wish you all a pleasant evening. So, hello everybody, here we are back, and today we are going to finish, at least almost finish, our barrow. So basically what we need for this is we need scatter, which I've got here. I've mixed this up, so this is Jeeves a Javis Country Scenic Style Heath Green and dark meadow green. I've got my glue, so we will take this time around. I'm not going to fall for, oh, just spray it on, it'll be fine. I'm just going to actually take a, I'm going to apply it using a brush, like so. So this is the barrow that we need to finish, and I've also started on the barrow whites. I'm quite happy with their progress. I'll probably finish them today. The barrow itself will not be finished today because obviously first of all you have to put on the scatter and then you have to let it rest as well and dry out completely, and also I have to put the remaining missing stone on the front. So let's see how this works. But I will still put this up anyway because I do want to see some stuff on the internet as well today. I do want to see some results. And I know people have been asking about this and saying, so how's it going? You haven't posted anything. Did the barrow whites eat the barrow? It's not as bad. So we'll see how this works. So here we've got the scatter. This is the first time I'm applying scatter like this. Maybe I should do it like this actually. See? Yeah. First mistake, note to self. Yeah, I should have done this side by side, so basically finishing one side, then turning it over, then put the glue on the next side to finish. But that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going, because that's why I'm wearing gloves, or one glove, so that I can hold it without ending up with completely sticky fingers for the next 12 hours or so. Apply this really liberally, I'm told, and then just move it around like, and this is actually working. I'm actually quite pleased. This is working quite well. Yeah, so yeah, success. I'm happy. And of course the good thing is, waste not, want not. There is plenty that, I mean, this is why you would use a surface like so, that you can easily also dip it back in. Very, very good. Yeah, I mean, I like the scatter. I like the looks of this scatter. It looks really good. And the fact that it's like undercoated brown means, you know, you can see the earth tone under it, and the undercoating is a mixture of acrylic and watercolor. So it's not your Games Workshop expensive acrylic paint, but acrylic paint that I got in a local craft store, and you get a box of paint for very little money. So I guess I got 12 different colors for €8. And each one contains round about I think 12 mil, which is good, which is quite a lot actually. So let's take this again, turn it over, get some of this, and yes, very nice, very, very nice. Okay, if I say so myself, here I'm saying, okay, I'm doing well, but yeah, why not? I mean, you know, considering that this is the first time I'm actually doing this, I think I can be quite happy with the result. It looks by no means shabby, so here we can put in some more glue and then put down some more of this. And if you can see the undercoat, that's not too bad, because after all it is a barrow, and even when I look at my lawn outside, I can also see brown earth. Maybe put some more down here. And again, I always think if we had done something useful like this in art class, I might actually have enjoyed it. And I might actually have learned some important life skills. But no, they insisted on us doing still lifes, and since I can't draw and paint because I have very bad depth perception, you know, art class was almost as horrible as PE. And for those of you who are American, PE is physical education. I don't know what you call it, probably gym class or something, but or sports class or whatnot. So some more over here. So here we go. Oops, yeah, that's not what I wanted. And here we are, finished barrow. Now all that's missing is the whites to inhabit it, but people, if I do say so myself, I am pleased with the result. So now we'll let this dry. Maybe put some here. And then that's it. So, barrow. I'm going to let this dry now, and we will be back with more updates soon. Bye-bye. So, hello everybody, and here we are back, and this is the final version of the barrow that I've been working on. It's now also complete with barrow whites. I'm just going to zoom in a little so that you can see them as well. I finished them today. They are the original models from Games Workshop, the metal versions. So I've got two types. I've got the ones with the bronze armor, and here's a really big one. Her name's Ivy. Ivy's very curious because obviously, you know, they've been hiding, and now she can see them. And these are the ones with the metal armor, and I've got 3 with metal armor. And here's a Grimhammer, which I also just finished because I had overlooked 2 when I varnished them, so I varnished them today. And this is what the barrow looks like, and I'm actually very, very happy with the barrow. So here's another barrow white on top. And I think for my first barrow, it's been really good. As you can see, this is actual slate from my garden and from building sites that I walk past when I go for my walks. And I just basically glued them to this using super glue, and it actually seems to be working quite nicely. So this is the finished barrow. I'm very excited, and yeah, so that's the last of my barrow stories, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.